What's up, guys? Alright, so it's been 2 weeks since my last stream, but here I am again. Let's get back to it. So, alright. As I remember correctly, the last stream we were building this the users table into the app, so we can manage all of the users, change their roles, see the employment dates and emails and whatnot and everything. So I started using this React data grid as the component of choice, but I don't think we need to go with this. So maybe we should probably build our own. So I was doing some exploration and I found this not React query, but React table from, there we go, yeah, React table from Tanner Linsley. So I thought, maybe we should utilize. All right, so first let me guys tell you, this library, the React table from Tanner, is not a UI table library. It's just an API, like a set of React hooks that you can use, so you can build your own tables. Your own data grids, your own UI table. This only handles your functionality basically. So it's a framework for building tables. So I thought, we're using Chakra UI, and this UI here is from a different library. Although it's super cool, it does the trick. It's very rich in functionality, but just for the sake of simplicity, maybe we should, well, not for the sake of simplicity, it would be definitely more complicated than using the React data grid, but for the sake of design consistency, I thought maybe we can take this opportunity to dig into React table and try to build our own table using Chakra UI, so the design is more consistent throughout the whole app, but also get to play with React tables. So let's see. So let's build our own tables this stream. What do you say? All right. So I got the app running here. I'm going to stop it. Let's open up package.json real quick, and this is basically the library that we're using. So I'm going to remove it from our project and instead install the Tanner's library. So let's go and just add the React table. Okay. So yeah, I think it's a good opportunity to, and check this out. For example, we got here the API reference. There's the use table, use filters, sorting, grouping, expansion, pagination, row selection, and states, and basically it has everything that you need to build your own tables with your own UI, and that's why I like it. That's why I like it. We might not like it because I haven't had any experience with it, but I like it enough just to give it a chance. So let's go. Let's see how it works. Okay, we got it installed. We have the data grid now here. We got the columns. I'm going to clean this up real quick, but maybe we should just remove the data grid and not the data selector styles, definitely not. Okay, so let's see. At the heart of every React table is the use table hook and the table instance object that it returns. This instance object contains everything you'll need to build a table and interact with its state. This includes, but it's not limited to, columns, materialized data, sorting, filtering, grouping, and yada yada yada. In React table, you, the developer, are responsible for rendering the UI. Exactly, that's what we actually need. The markup and styles of your table, but don't let that intimidate you. Table UIs are fun, and React table exists to make this process much easier to wire up your own table UI. To show how it works, let's start with a very basic table example, okay? We got the data here, hello world, with the columns, okay? Okay, so the table, the data is an array of objects. Inside of the objects, we have properties call1 and call2 for the columns. Okay, cool. Or we can define the columns like this, right? Header and accessor, okay, using the use table. And we have the columns and data. Right, so then we build the HTML table, just a simple HTML table, and we got the table instance, and then we can get, okay, then we can get the rows, the header groups, the table props, table body props. Okay, cool. This makes sense, right? Now the header groups and all of the headers are listed here with their own props. Nice. Right, so you see how it functions, right? So you feed the data in the columns, it gives you the instance, and from the instance itself we can extract the rows, the headers, the table props and everything. And this would be the final results. Inside the table body we have the rows. Okay, there's a function called prepare row that it seems important that we need to call it, and then we return a table row with all of the cells here, and then cell.render. There's a method called render which probably gives you, I mean, you can provide some sort of ID, or I'm not sure. We can definitely use this. Okay, so let's open up Chakra UI and see if they have anything table related, because that would be super fun. I think having, you know, Chakra UI as the table UI and React table as the table functionality, that would be super cool. Okay, so I can't see anything table related. Data tabs. Okay, in that case, maybe we should start with an ordinary table like this, and then, you know, we can build it as we come, you know, as we come across the problems. All right, so let's just start. You know, I'm going to remove this thing here, clean up all these things because we don't actually need these things now, and then let's import use table from React table. Okay, now we need to prepare the data. Okay, the data and the columns. We already have the columns here, but the columns need to have a header and accessor at the moment. Okay, so all of these things we don't actually need them. So header, and instead of name, that would be, yeah, let's select all of the headers, the names first, sorry. Employment and role, exactly, and name them accessor. Okay, now let's select all of the headers that are lowercase h and just capitalize them. And now let's get all of this and cleaning up so they're on one-liners. We don't actually need anything more complex. We'll do this again after we, you know, start seeing some results. Okay, let's get rid of this as well. Alright, nice. Okay, so we have the headers. Editable false, we don't need that. Default flex, we don't need these guys as well. Nice, so we only have accessors and we only have headers now. We got the columns ready, and that's cool. Now we have the data source, okay, and let's see how it actually worked. So we have an ID, we have an avatar, name, email, employment, and role. I guess that would be it, you know, because we already we have the columns and we have the data. Nice. So what we can do is get the table instance by using the use table hook that we have, and we can add the columns. Was it columns? Yeah. And data source as the data. No. Oh, it was different. Sorry. Data source. Nice. Okay, so we have the instance. Let's get this out of the way for now. We're going to clean this up later on. Nice, nice. We have the table instance, as we can see. We got this, and now let's just copy it. Alright, so instead of doing this, we can do this basically. Data would be data source, yeah. And we got all of these props, right? So let's just steal everything here and see it, just see what it looks like. Okay. Okay, so column.render header. Let's start the app and let's check out what we actually see. There's some styling here that we can definitely, you know, check. Okay, prepare row is here. Then we loop through the cells and we render the cells. Nice. So basically cell.render actually takes care of all of the rendering. Maybe there's also a, you know, a way to specify, okay, for example, this column, or in this case, I don't know, employment date, right? This column would be of type, I don't know, date picker, or a role would be of type select, right? So we can definitely check that out. And here it is. Okay, we immediately have a table. Is it responsive? No, of course it's not. But it exists, right? Okay, so this is probably, I'm not sure what that is, but we're playing with some experimental stuff, or are we not? I think we're not actually, yeah. In that case, we have to fix that. Yeah, we're using React 17 since the last streaming. We were using the experimental, but not anymore. Okay, so we got the table. Oh, come on. Let's see where the error persists. Oh, sorry, you're not seeing this. Okay. We should find the file that actually causes this. The above error occurred in user's data grid component. Okay. User's data grids. And that's this. Alright, so this is basically the culprit, I guess. This use state. Okay, and what if I remove this, or just simply comment it out? Let's see if the error still persists. Ah, yeah, of course, there's no data, basically. So let's just give it an empty array and we'll see if it actually works. Okay, it works. Okay, so but it's not the users.map functionality, so it's something else. So it must be something else. Let's take a better look at it. There we go. Okay, so users lists, users page, and if we click on this guy, it's basically brings me to the 31st line, which is this, and it makes no sense. Okay, so let's see why does that happen. Users.map, and where do we get the users from? We get the users as props. So let's try users data grid. We have the users here. Okay. There's a use query here. And then when we get the users, basically we need this. I don't know, maybe when we actually get the users, guys, maybe when we actually get the users, we'll just give the instead of a users list, maybe we should return this type of an array from objects, or I don't know, let's just call it any for now, right? So if we say use state users, it shouldn't complain, but let's see if it works. Okay, we got some of the stuff here again. Okay, so that didn't fix the problem. Let's just get it back here, and we'll keep going, and we'll see if we actually find a way for it. So I'm going to close this for now. Oh, there's some bearing. If I do this, then every time we need to reload, and I don't like this, man. Why are we doing this? Users data grid. So it's about maximum update depth exceeded. This can happen when a component repeatedly calls set states inside the component will update or component did update. React limits the number of nested updates to prevent infinite loops. Okay, so inside users data grids, it actually calls it claims that we call the set state inside the component will update like this. Do we actually wanna use the use state? Why not just do this, you know? Maybe we'll just, you know, it'll save us future headaches. So let's reload. We can see this. Let's go back, and again, and what is the problem now? I mean, we're not even using this. Again, this. Okay, so basically, yeah, this might be the case, right? This might be the case. In this case, let's just, you know, ignore getting the users lists. Well, might as well do it here, you know. Why do we even bother isolating all of this into a separate component? Because it makes no sense. Okay, let's define the columns here. Let's use the use table in this case. Data source, of course. Data source would be the users.map. If there are any, but it still will be an array, so we'll see if it actually makes any, you know, if it actually complains. And then we just need this table thing instead of the components. Okay, and we should probably get rid of this now, because we need nothing of this. So delete this file, import use table, users data grid, we don't need that, and import use table from React table. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Cannot read property map of undefined. Okay, that's because the users are still not loaded, and if we utilize the is loading like we're using here and do a return instead, we're going to have some problems, because use table cannot be, you know, a React hook cannot be called conditionally, because this will return a JSX tree, and it will basically, you know, it won't execute these things. So use table needs to happen, and for use table to happen we need the data source, and for data source we need the users. So without the suspense, good luck, man. Okay, so let's just add a little question mark here, so it actually makes it optional, and we'll see. Yeah, cannot read property for each of undefined. Yeah. So these. God damn it. Okay, so if we don't have suspense, we're going to have problems. And users loading thing, we cannot construct the data source because it's a React hook. Okay, so how do we actually do this? And by the way, we don't have suspense because suspense is a beta feature of React. Let's just see. React suspense for data fetching. It's still experimental. It's not doesn't have a stable release. So if we were to use it, we need to install the experimental version of React, and if we do that, then we'll have some problems with Chakra UI. Okay, and I really liked the at the beginning when I started streaming, I was using the experimental version of React, so we utilized the React suspense for data fetching, and it was super cool. I mean, I really liked the way of handling things, but we ran into a lot of problems because Chakra UI is, you know, it's not optimized for the experimental versions of React, so that's not cool. So we need to find a way now to actually get the users, right? Get the users and show them, you know, prepare the data source and just do everything here. If we were to do this, this is undefined, right? So the data source needs to be in this. What if we were to do this, users or an empty array, but then data source would be basically the same thing, because we're looping through what? Come on, man. Okay. Yeah, basically we need to load the users in order to construct the table. But then the table is a React hook, and while the users are loading, we cannot return anything and break the execution because because React hooks needs to go. The React hooks need to go before the actual. Right. So because we are using Next.js, I mean Blitz.js, which runs on top of Next.js, we have the ability to get the users lists on a server side instead, right? So when we are loading the page, we will actually get the users, so we don't have to wait, we don't have to utilize suspense. So maybe we should try that. We have the users page and we have the users list here, right? So I think we should get the users client side, server side, pass them as props into the users page, and then pass them as props into the users list as well. In that case, we'll have the data before the rendering happens, and we will, you know, we'll get around the problem of suspense, of data not loaded, on loading states and whatnot. So let's try that. Okay, and in order to do that, we need to import the get server side, come on, server side props. Okay, and let's export get server side props. That would be of type. Now we need to create a little type here. Page props. Let's name it page props. Okay, and we'll just get the users here, which will be an array of users. Okay, so page props. We can get. We don't need the context here. We don't need the context. We just need to return the get server side props result. Okay, so res result would be of type page props. Nice beard, I love Blitz. I'm using it with Tailwind. Yeah, Aaron, thank you so much. By the way, yeah, Blitz is amazing. It's still an alpha software, but man, it's really, you know, it gets the job done. It saves you a lot of time developing stuff. So for quick features and just little pet projects that you need to validate your idea as fast as you can, definitely Blitz.js will save you a lot of time. And that's super cool. That means it's cheaper as well for companies. So yeah, let's get on it. So this piece of code here, this method, will be executed on the server side, not on the front end, right? Not on the client side. So we can easily and without any security stuff, you know, security. Let's just get this, and I'll tell you. If we do this if we do the use query here, yeah, let's just go to Blitz.js. And see, for example, on the server side, can we use the direct call get listing query? Okay, that means I can just call get all users basically, right? So I don't know, let's just say x equals await. I'm going to name this an async function, await get all users, and that's only the, let's see, we have the context here. We should probably get it, right? Instead of use query, we're not going to use the use query. We are going to get the context from Blitz. Get the context and pass it around. We are not going to pass. I'm just going to say null and then contexts. Okay, and now X is a list of users. So okay, cool, these are the users, and then we can return or just define a result variable which will be of type page props, right? And then we can say users and then return the results. Okay, what are we missing now? Page props is not assignable to get server side props, page props, and parsed URL query. Okay, let's consult the documentation. Let's try to search for get server side props. Get server side props, and you get the context here without any, yeah. So await fetch get server side props, infer get server side. What infer? If you want to get the infer typings from your props, you can use the infer get server side type of get server side props. Okay, all right, but we are using TypeScript, so we don't need to worry about that, right? Let's see. get server side props can only be exported from page. You can export from non-page files. Okay, that's why we're doing it here. But why? I'm going to remove the context here. If it makes any changes. Oh, okay, return. Yeah, okay. Check this out. Instead of return result, I need to return exactly props equals results. Yeah, like this. Okay, so then I can get back the context type, and we should be chill now. All right, and in here we can say page props, and we can get the users. Right? What is this? Is that assignable? Okay, so now we should probably do the magic here. We get the data. For TypeScript, you can use the get server side props, and we actually do that. We get the context and we return our results. We have the type of the data. Okay, that's cool. But this is for if you want to get inferred typings from your props, you can use the infer get server side type of. Okay, we should probably use this. Since it started to complain. So let's infer the server side props and then type of get server side props. Okay, so let's do this and then type of get server side props. And yet it doesn't like this. Oh, come on, we're missing some major stuff here. So let's just get the page props type from here. Let's try to get rid of that. And what is the first thing? The first thing would be, let's just say page props. All right, cool. Okay, we got the users now, and let's just pass them. What do you say? We get to the users list. This will actually have the users. Now let's also get the type working props. So that would be users, an array of users, and we'll just say props. Okay, and we got the users here, so we don't actually need to do this. Okay, that would be done server side. We'll definitely have it. We'll have the data source here. We don't need to do any query stuff now, and then use table or chill. We don't actually need this because there's no client-side loading of stuff. We should see some results now. Nope. Authorize of undefined. Yeah, because the context in this case, might not be the context that we are passing here. Cannot find name. What? I deleted it. Let's get it back now. Is not assignable. Property session is missing in type get, but required in contexts. Alright, so this is Blitz.js thing, so we need to actually find a way to get the contexts in the server side props. This context is basically the Next.js context. It's not the Blitz context that we are trying to get. Okay. Let's go authorization and security. And now this is the method that we're using, context session authorize, but that's when we actually we use that when we actually trigger the queries on the client side, but now we're on the server side. Okay, and that's context is not welcome here in the get server side props, and these contexts probably let's try to use the use query again. Instead of calling our methods just like this, we should probably get the use query. Okay, we don't need this, we don't need this, and we don't need this as well. So let's try to do that actually. Users, just get the users equals use query. We don't have any. Yeah, it's a React hook. We cannot call React hooks on the server side, so definitely not a good idea. But how can we? The session is missing now. This context here is a different context. Context dot. See, we got the query. What about now? Context dot requests session. No. There's no session in this context, guys. Guess these parameters are the only thing that we can actually get. Well then, no context, I guess. Okay. Blitz.js. How do we authorize? How do we get the context now? Because we can clearly get this, or maybe we should just get. Oh, come on. I guess we can only do this without actually using the get all users. So let's just get this. Get this working. What is DB? DB is actually imported from DB because we already have it. We don't use the use query anymore, and we dip into the database immediately inside of the server sites. So we should be good. This doesn't happen on the client side anyways. So let's see some users. Get return from get server side props. Cannot be serialized as JSON. Please only return JSON serializable data types. Well, I'll be damned. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Let's log out the users. Get session context. Okay. Oh, right. Get session context, but where do we actually have the get session context anywhere? Maybe we do. I think there were some utilities here. No. Get current user. Session context. Okay. From Blitz.js server. Oh, nice. A servant. Yeah, thanks. Let's try this, guys. Get session context from Blitz /server. No, slash what? We should actually get this, right? I mean, it's not with the @ sign, it's just Blitz. I'm not sure if they pushed an update. What's the latest version of Blitz? because I don't have the add. As you can see, it's only Blitz, not Blitz.js. Okay, so 8 days ago. 70. All right. So do they actually change the npm package name? I don't know. Let's try that, guys. I guess I need to remove the ordinary Blitz and then install the newest one. Session, the server, and session management docs. Yeah, let's actually do that first without deleting anything. Okay, that's cool. I'll definitely check it out. All right, you say session the server, session management docs. There's a server, session management, session on the server. God damn it. Okay, so session context. Right, yeah, and we have the yeah, thanks a lot, man. This, let's just update yarn install, no, yarn add Blitz, so it gets to the latest update from a week ago from Brandon, and then we can use the session stuff, session context. Okay, and we get the context here with the session as the session context. That's cool. That's cool. We got the context, we got the session as the session context. Awesome, awesome. What is this now? It's not assignable. We got the request and the response. Get session context from Blitz.js server. Okay, in that case, let's just get the context like this, but since we're going to use the request and response, check on the get server side props just below. What do you mean check? Because I can see this is for queries, right? But we actually want to utilize the get session context that you mentioned and get it from the... Okay, wow, this is weird. Nice, nice. Okay, we got the request. Okay, so let's just get the contexts. Oh, get the session from, goddamn, what am I? Wait, get session context, and we want to pass the request and response, right? Lovely. And then we can say, where's the request now? Users queries get all users. Basically then just do this, right? Just session authorize or not authorize. Why is it complaining? Assertions require every name in the call target to be declared with an explicit type annotation. Session needs an explicit type annotation. Well, okay, so, well, it is a session context. We got the session here. We're not interested on the client side. Okay. Explicit type annotation. There's your explicit type. Okay, that's cool. We got the users now, right? So we're basically doing just like we wrote our query, right? Get all users. Since we got the session, let's just authorize the session and return this. Okay, and if we are not an admin, we'll try again later. If we're not an admin, then something should happen. So let's just see it in action, guys. Other than that, yeah, guys, Aaron and Observant, thank you for pointing me out to the docs. This really saved me a lot of trouble. Thanks, guys. All right, so let's give it a go. So this request should be a bit slower than we did before. Invalid Unicode escape sequence. Ooh. Error serializing users. Created at return from get server side props. Object cannot be serialized as JSON. Okay, so we probably need to do some. We probably need to do some stuff here. Let's log them out and see what actually happens. So these are the users basically. This is a datetime, but it actually, yeah. Oh, come on. I guess now we need to loop through them manually and just, oh, that's not cool. Because we already have the user from Prisma client and this is a date. Oh, okay. So it's a date. Stringify. No, we don't actually need to do stringify. The thing is this: if we open the user type, super JSON. I'm not sure. Check this out. We're trying to return a JSON, right? And that's, I guess that's the datetime, and this is a date here. But actually, yeah, it's pretty much the same. I thought that the type was different for dates. Yeah, it's the datetime, guys. As you can see here, created at is a date within our Prisma schema, and now we're trying to serialize that. Please only return JSON serializable data types, right? So if I were to... this is not cool. But then how do we actually use the... I don't know, like get all users. Let's see if we actually use it anywhere else. Nope. We have other queries. Let's try get user absences. Well, not the whole. Okay. And then we do the use query, but we have the request, the absence type, and the user. It populates itself, but then we also serialize the datetime properly. But now we are in server side, and maybe that changes things. I mean, that could definitely change things. Okay, fine, man. Select. Yeah, and this. Let's log them out again. Let's try to log the type of the, I don't know, users 0 created at. It's a date, but let's just... Okay, so it says object here, right? Maybe we should loop through all of the users and create a, you know, do the parsing ourselves. I'm not sure why this happens, but basically Prisma returns the created at as an object, not a datetime or date, you know. And I guess that's the issue, because then we cannot serialize this to JSON. Yeah. So we don't want this. We wanna parse it as a date, not as an object. Like I don't even know what an object like with capital O in lowercase o is. So I guess we need to do that. I guess we need to. What if I were to do this? I don't know, like const first user. Let's just try some stuff out. The first user will be of type user, and we already know this, right? And let's get the ID, and we'll say users from 0.id, and that would be okay. Now we have the created at. Now we need to parse that. Do date and date now have different types? Oh, I mean, it's a you'll see. So users of 0, right, created at, we have it here, and it's a date, right? Okay, so god damn it, it's super weird how it actually lets us see that this is a date type, but it returns it as a date. What if we were to do this? I don't know. Let's log it out. New date, right? From of users, from first user dot created at. Let's see if it can create the dates from its. Yeah, as you can see, we can, right? Huh. So if I were to do this, then I guess created that would stop complaining and we'll pass on to the updated ad. Let's clear out the console and try to do this. Nope. Cannot be serialized as JSON. What the hell, guys? We updated the version of Blitz.js, right? Nope. It's still 0.25. Maybe they changed something. Hmm. 0.26.2. Let's try that by hand. And then use yarn install again. Oh goddamn! What is no? We don't want any experimental stuff. Because we already switched to 17. That is not what we actually want. Dummy up, no. Come on. This is not our package JSON. This is our package JSON, and Blitz is on 0.26.2. Wow, that was weird. Okay, so we're the latest stable Blitz.js, but I don't know. Let's revert back to 25.0 and revert back. You know, let's see if they have some changes in as you say, like super JSON library, or I don't know, just to eliminate the problem, or at least try to eliminate the problem, right? Let's start it again. We did a logging here. Now we actually do this magic, which I don't like, but just for the sake of simplicity, let's try to actually trigger the get server side props again and see what happens. No, again. Object date cannot be serialized as JSON. What is this, man? Zerman, you trying to say anything? Because I can only see asterisks. Let's try to search this, but I don't want to force Google. Okay, so this seems to be an issue in Next.js as well. We're having the same problem with the custom time slot. Well, it makes sense that passing an object like a time slot would cause errors because methods cannot be serialized are implemented to JSON and from JSON. Oh, link. Okay, so let me try. I think for some reason I have disabled links. Okay, can you try now? Can you try sending the link now? There we go. Yeah, super JSON is the library that Blitz.js uses to generate, you know, to serialize the JSON, but I'm not sure how can we actually do this. I mean, this is basic Prisma, right? It's a datetime. It's not a like an advanced object that we have in a database or something. It's just a date. So let's see. Because I think it's related to Prisma. Okay, and now this guy is working with Mongo. Plain JavaScript object and removing the object IDs from the query. Okay, so maybe we need to add some arguments here. Let's check out Prisma. Right, maybe we'll definitely, maybe we'll find some stuff. So let's see, Prisma client, configuring CRUD, yes, find many, distinct, but we're not interested in sorting it or projecting it or filtering it. We just wanna see if we have the return type. Find many returns an array of plain old JavaScript objects. The type of the object returned by find many API call depends on whether you use the select and includes. If you use neither of these, the return type will correspond to the TypeScript type that's generated for the model. For the user model from above, this type looks as okay. This could be the case, guys, because it's definitely, I mean, we are using Prisma to get the data from the database, and then when we try to actually return it, that's what happens, you know. Find many. So it says that the return type of find many depends on whether we use the select and include options. And what does that mean? What if we use select, and what if we use include, and what if we use none of them? TypeScript type that's generated for the model. For the user model, that type looks like this, but Prisma 2, find many, parse dates. I don't see anything that could help us from here. Super JSON. Maybe Super JSON doesn't understand Prisma dates. Because it says here, if we use neither of these, and we don't use neither of these, right? We just call the find many and get all of them. It will return the return type will correspond to the TypeScript type that's generated for the model, which is this basically. It's a datetime. But okay, the datetime is the Prisma, but if we enter the index here, we have the user as a date, not a datetime, right? Because datetime doesn't actually exist. Huh. This is weird. And since that's a date, that's just a TypeScript date, users should yeah, come on, man, it's goddamn. Yeah, it is super weird. I mean, I'm not sure if I should look at Prisma or Super JSON or let's check. I don't know. Let's check out Super JSON. There we go. Perfect fix for Next.js serialization limitations in get server-side props and get initial props. And this happens where get server-side props. Okay, we invoke some stuff and then we get the data string and then we return the data string. But then what we need to actually parse. Oh man. All right, I don't know. Let's you know, fuck it. If that's what we need to do, let's do it. Let's try. Maybe it's Super JSON from. Okay, we got the Super JSON here. We got the users now, and we need to return a Super JSON. No, users. Super JSON dot stringify the users array that we have, and now the type needs to be a string. Oh god damn it. Okay, so users data would be a strings. Right now the users would require us to actually parse these things, but then use memo from React. So it actually memoizes the result, so it doesn't actually do that every time. Blitz React. We got React here, and now we need to use memo as user array. Use the Super JSON parse from the user's data, right? And then we add this. Why do we add that? Okay, but nevertheless, now this is complaining. Now users is a string, Super JSON string file will return a string. So what is there to complain? Is not assignable to type. Page props. God damn it. All right, users data, not users. Okay, cool. All right, let's see. There we go. Awesome. I'll see your event. Yeah, thanks, man. I guess we have to play around, you know, stringify and parse the data. I would have been happier if we didn't do this, if it was done automatically. Yeah, Blitz.js, if you're watching this, please do this automatically. It would change a lot. But yeah, so let's awesome. One problem goes into history, so let's continue. Right, so now actually this is super cool. Yeah, now actually if we go about the page and stuff, you know, go out and get back into the page, we don't actually get this error because the user's data is being fetched before we actually render the stuff here, right? So inside of the users list, there is no, you know, the use table already has the data. We don't actually need to wait for that to load. So there we go. Awesome. This is cool. So now we should probably start, I don't know, we should probably start getting some data. Designing the table. I wouldn't like this table to be a classic table like this, right? We have an ID, we have an avatar, I mean the headers and columns and whatnot. Maybe we should probably get back into 10stacks library and see if we get the columns, you know, if we could do some column magic. Because yeah, we have the ID and that's super cool, right? But what if we don't want to show the ID? What if we want to just be there, you know, as a prop, as a, I don't know, but don't actually show it? That would be cool. Row filtering. We're not there yet. Global filter, row state, column order, okay. First name, last name under the name, okay. And how do they do this? Hooks. Visible columns. Okay. Make sure it has an ID. We have a custom header for it. We have a custom cell for it. Alright, that's cool. But I guess the visible columns is what we're after, right? We have the columns. First name, age. Let's try to play around with this example and try to hide the age column just for fun. If that works, we can definitely use this. Okay, so let's log out the okay, so expander and then the rest of the columns. I don't see the expander. All columns. Find the column ID. Okay, so basically this is the okay. Yeah, let's just console log the columns just so we can see what's in them, and if we can just return the columns array except the first one, right? So we have the columns as a prop here. Let's try to find the place where they define it. Okay, we have the header name, and then we have an inner columns array. We have an info on this. And now let's try to get the age. There we go. Let's try to do, I don't know, visible is false. And when we go up into the visible rows, we can get the expander here, and that's super cool, you know, that's okay. But then we want to filtered columns would be columns.filter. Right, we only want to get the columns that are visible, basically, right? Element of array that meet the condition specified. So if visible is true and we said Oh, okay, so visible is false, but by default is true. Okay, so let's make this simple. Let's try to. God damn, let's try to copy paste and do the true just to see if it actually takes that into consideration. And we have the filtered columns, and instead of spreading the columns, let's spread out the filtered column. We should see the H gun. Are we going to see the H gun? No, H is still here. I guess that's not what we're after, but let's keep digging. This is for grouping. Column hiding. That's it, okay. Type checkbox. Get toggle hidden. Okay, let's see this. All columns. This is the toggle. All get toggle hides all columns. Get toggle hidden props. Okay, hidden props. And I guess that's it. All right. And if the value here on this input is false, then I guess the props will actually inherit that. But there's also hidden columns here. Let's try states. Oh, use table also returns toggle hide all columns props. Let's see what else we have. We already have the get table props, prepare row, and let's see what else do we don't have TypeScript. I mean, we don't. We should be having types. Instead, we don't have any types. Okay. So all columns. We have the get toggle hidden props for the column, get header props. Let's try the console. Yeah, looking forward to it. Okay, so we got the return here. No. Are we cool? This gets closed. This gets closed here actually, and then we have the. Okay, and let's try to output the column get hidden. Was it get toggle hidden props? Let's see what do we actually get in the output. Check through on change and style, and okay, so that's the if we want to toggle. But what if we want to actually, what is this? Users lists. What if we actually want to just market this? Can resize depth is visible is true. All right. So what if we set is visible to false when we are actually defining the when we are actually defining the column, so I guess that would save us some time. Is visible would be false. Let's reload. That changes nothing. Small off topic, since I guess you're a senior developer, any good resource for front-end React material? Yeah, lots of people are asking me that. I guess just, you know, start building some stuff, you know. If you wanna learn React, if you don't know React and you wanna get deep, I guess you can try, what was the name? There was this cool, Scrimba, yeah, you can try this. There's a React course here. I mean, these guys are doing something cool. It's a new format of tutorials. Which bootcamp? Yeah, this bootcamp here. Learn React for free. I think I passed this some time ago. So it's cool. It has everything you need basically. So pass this. Let me paste the link for you guys here. Yeah, you can go through this and go through this and then just start building some stuff, you know. Just think of an app that you would like to see built and just build it yourself. Just want to get better. Learn React in a bootcamp. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I don't have any experience with bootcamps and stuff like that, but I guess that's. What do you think about like bootcamps? Do they actually learn some, you know, teach some cool stuff for students, or? Alright. Waste of money, yeah. Yeah, I've also heard the same. I'm not sure what the issue is, but yeah. Yeah, I mean, that would be my advice, man. Just, you know, just start building some stuff. As you can see, I mean, yeah. Yeah, just build stuff, you know. An internship as well. Yeah, if you can get an internship, then it's expected of you to not know a lot of stuff, but then your mentor will definitely need to, you know, depends on who it is, but it's your mentor's responsibility to teach you React and stuff like that. But yeah, just build stuff. I mean, as you can see, I am struggling with things, but you know, I'm not ashamed of this, you know, because everybody gets, you know, stuck on stupid little things like this, whether you're a junior or an intermediate or a senior, it doesn't matter. Thing is, you know, we are learning, right? And that's the important thing. That's why I picked alpha version packages and libraries, just, you know, so I can get into trouble even more, you know. I can get stuck even you know, more often than just using stable few basic hooks, class-based lifecycle and fetching. Yeah, I mean, that would be enough just to get you started. But yeah, as I said, yeah, just sit down and start building something, you know. You have a hardware. If you have the hardware, then you can also stream it, have fun with it, you know, whatever. But yeah, tutorials are good just to lift you off the ground. But if you want to get deep into a technology, then you should, yeah, build some stuff. Build a to-do app. Build a to-do app that also utilizes calendars, right, and stuff like that. So just go crazy with your ideas and try to achieve it. Let's continue with this. We need to make something of this. All right. I like that there's a, you know, there's a way to hide the column, but there's no documentation for it. Column properties is visible boolean. Whether the column should be currently visible or not. Columns that are not visible are still used for sorting, filtering. Okay, we already added this. Is visible set to false. Let's add this visible to true and just get all of the, you know, get the rest of the columns. Maybe that would change anything. Nope, the ID is still here, so it's not really the case. What is this, man? I thought we fixed this. In users lists. Alright, we get a render function, that's cool. Column properties. Where do we actually define it? The following properties are available on every column object returned by the table instance. Then what? I guess check if the column's ID, if the column's accessory is an ID, and then set the, I don't know. Goddamn, let's try that. Let's try that. Okay, this is that, and we just need to close this. And then if the columns accessor equals to ID, columns dot is visible equals to false. Is this what we actually need to do? Let's see. Nope. That's not the case. Show. Okay, let's see that. Show is false. No, that's not the case. Hidden columns. I guess I need to push this into the... Alright. I just added the initial state. Okay. Let's try this. So initial state hidden columns is an array. Use table. Initial state. Hidden columns. And what were the column names? First name. Let's try to hide the first name. Alright, okay, that's cool, that's cool, that's cool. Initial state. ID. Should this work? Let's check it out. There we go. All right. This guy deserves a medal. Thank you, Agrey. Okay, we can hide the columns now, and that's cool. And that's cool. We need to render these guys a bit better now, and all in all, the whole table basically. There we're sorting. Let's see. Let's try to get this. Where do we have this? Use table. Use sort by, and just add it. You know. Let's see how can we add. How can we add? Ah, nice. So I guess after this, just use sort by. All right, that's cool. That's cool. And then the use sort by hook implements row sorting. To sort the table via UI, attach the props generated from each columns, get sorts by toggle props, then click on those elements. Nice. So in here we can also get the column dot get sort by toggle props, and we should be able to sort these guys. No, oh god damn it. Why am I getting this, man? Why are we getting this? This is not fair. It's always this. Do I have a Discord channel? No, I don't have any Discord channels. I think it's way too early for me since this is my 5th stream, you know. But yeah, I can play around with that. I'm not sure what I would use it for, you know. I know a lot of guys who are streaming, you know, these big live streaming gurus. They all have Discord channels, and it would be cool to have, but I'm not sure what what are we gonna do there. I don't know. We can just talk about, I don't know, stuff. I guess that would be cool to have like a place to hang out. Yeah, might look into it. Yeah, definitely. And also, yeah, definitely. Because right now the only way for us to talk if I'm streaming and you guys are watching my streams. But yeah, you're right. If I make a Discord channel, then we can talk 24/7. That's cool. I'll definitely look into it. Yeah, thanks, Psydorian. Then I can share the Discord channel if I ever make it with you guys. So that'll be cool. Yeah, thanks for the idea. Alright, so we're trying to find out why this happens. I mean, I hate this screen. You know, it really starts to get on my nerves. So, maximum update depth exceeded. This can happen when a component repeatedly calls set state inside component will update or component did update. And if we go to the log, we can see only this. See, and that's when I'm getting the users from the props, but I have a use memo here that memoizes that, and see, use memo will only recompute the memoized value when one of the depths has changed. Usage note: if calling use memo with a referentially stable function, also gives it as an input in the second argument. Okay. There we go. That's what we actually did here. And that's cool. I mean, we got the users and we passed them as props here, and then try to sort, and then this happens. God damn. Maybe I need to. Yeah, I mean, this is a certain type. So let's, I don't know, let's cut it out, get the users, get all of the users, and that's cool. And then users data. Let's try to do this. Oh, we already have a users data. Users list, all right, I don't know, users list, okay, and then pass the users lists here, and basically this is the type that we're looking at. Let's just go ahead and create it. Users list.ts. No. Type users lists. What was the error? The same old error that we can see always. Maximum update depth exceeded. This can happen when a component repeatedly calls set state inside component will update. These are lifecycle methods for React class components, and we don't actually use React class components anywhere, so it's not directly within our code, and that's why it cannot show us where the actual error happens. It just says users lists on 25th line, right? From the root, it traces back at the users list component, and if we go there, we get the users here. So I'm trying to isolate the error, get, you know, prepare the users data outside of the users list, and then feed the data as it should be in that component, but prepare it within the, you know, within the page itself. Or maybe even better, I don't know, do this basically on the server side, since we got that, you know, const users data. Let's do this instead, right? And then stringify the users data. When we got the users data here, we should not be doing this, right? But then we should have a little type, I don't know, parsed user. This doesn't make sense, but I don't know, let's just roll with it. Okay, users data, let's steal the type real quick. What am I? Nice. All files must be modules when the isolate module flag is from export default parsed user. Thank you. There we go. We have the parsed user here, and instead of users list, we need to say parsed user, and then just import it. Not like this. Import it as parsed user, and then get all of the users, pass the users list here. This would be a parsed user. Now all of the parsing and preparing happens on the server side. The front end doesn't actually get butter, with that. So users would be our new data. There's no data source anymore. So let's see if it actually works now. Okay, we got the same thing, but clickety click and we happen again. What is the issue now? Again with God damn it. Let's try this. How about we actually try this? Let's ditch the use memo and see if it actually makes it better, makes it worse, or just doesn't change at all. Here's the issue. It always points to ref.users, and that's actually the props that we're getting inside the users list. Do I need to go up again? Because we're here right now. We went from 3rd level to 2nd level. Oh man, it's error after error. I'm starting to forget, you know, what are we actually trying to achieve now. That's how bad this is. I planned on doing some UI work with Chakra UI on this stream, but instead we're just fixing dumb errors. And maybe the actual, you know, maybe the actual tenor stack library, maybe we, I don't know, maybe we don't even need that. I mean, we could always just loop through the users and then, god damn it. Let's put this here. We got all of the users, we got all of these things. Employment date, role. What if we get rid of the table and everything, okay? So what if we don't do this? What if we just have a simple simple things like users.map, and we have the user here. And now let's return, I don't know, let's just return a paragraph with users dot, I don't know, name. Let's wrap this into a curly braces. There we go. There we go. So I'm not sure if it's, you know, if we're implementing something wrong, or because I might as well ditch the React table. I mean, goddamn. We seriously don't need to use that. I don't know what I thought when I decided to give it a go. Yeah. I was supposed to do some UI work, so let's just do some UI work, okay guys? Let's loop through the users and do some Chakra elements, okay? I think the first, in the previous stream, I was using the, let me find it, the stat component. I think I showed the user's name here and the employment date here and the, you know, the role, which is an admin or user. And what else did we have? We got the avatar as well. Okay, that's cool. And we have an email as well. Maybe we should just do that, you know. Why overcomplicating things? We have a panel here. Okay, let's just bring in a list. There we go. Now let's do this and let's return a list item here. Nicely done. Let's get the key users.id. Do we have an ID in the user? We do have a ID. Okay, that's cool. Avatar. Let's place an avatar. The source would be user dot. Oh, I got typings. That's cool. Okay, that's avatar. The image here. What? String or null is not assignable to string or undefined. God damn it, man. Okay. Then we have a stat component. In that stat component, we have a stat label. That stat label would be the user's role. User's role. Then we have a stat number. That would be users.name, but then we also need to find a way to actually display the email as well. User dot employment, but we should definitely format this. The FNS, let's call format wanted the user's employment, and then the format string, that would be date, day, month, and year. Date or null is not assignable. Alright, so whether this or nothing, so let's just say if the employment exists, let's render this stat help text. If not, let's just ditch it. So okay, we got something here, and that's cool, but the stat component is above it. So this list item needs to actually be wrapped in into flex, and that flex direction would be column. Do we have no, not column, actually row, yeah. All right, there we go. We have the image here. Since we don't have any employment dates on none of the users, that's why we don't see anything. Right, so avatar, maybe just add a margin right of, I don't know, 4, just to separate things. Nice, and we should have spacing, awesome, 4 as well. Let things breathe a bit. 8. Okay, makes sense, I guess. Yeah, let's try to do this manually. So size would be, I don't know, extra large, just large. That's good enough. That's good enough. We have an admin and user. We want to capitalize. No, what is the auto capitalize? Well, that's not it actually. I need to wrap it into a text block, and that text block has the from Chakra UI. Okay, so that's the actual fix for this. So we don't actually need the text. We can just say CSS text transform capitalize. Let's get rid of the text because we're not using it. Okay, admin user, nice. We have the name here. We would have the date of employment, or maybe, yeah, let's just show the email instead, because I guess that's a bit more important than the date of employment. And then we can add a little edit icon. When we click on that, we can show a little modal, a little dialogue, and we can edit all of the stuff except the email, I think. And we can also do that a bit later on. Oh man, time flies. Should be going in 20 minutes, but let's use the time wisely. Okay, flex align items would be center. I want everything centered. Nicely done. We have everything now. Admin user, we have the email here. Okay, does this make sense, guys? Stat label. Okay, maybe we can try to, as you can see here, I'm using the stat component as well, but look how pretty it is. I mean, we have badges and everything, and ditch this guy. Yeah, that's the decline reason. Awesome. Maybe we can try to utilize something like this, you know, so because that's the design language, as you can see. Maybe we can try to utilize badges to show off the user's role a bit more, you know, more visual instead of an ordinary text. Maybe we can do that. Instead of an admin, in this case, we could capitalize it, but the capitalization should happen one level below, because we are going to utilize a badge, get the role inside and get the CSS here, and then we can change the, there we go, then we can change the color based on the role. Okay, so let's do some stuff here, saying okay, badge color or admin, no, role badge color. Okay, now actually let's role badge color. Gotta run, but hopefully we'll catch you next time. Yes, Idorian, thank you for visiting. I'm gonna run in 15 minutes as well, so yeah, thanks for visiting, man. Truly appreciate it. I guess I could squeeze in 1.5 hours tomorrow as well, so yeah, if you didn't follow, just click follow. You'll receive the email when I get, you know, when I start streaming again for the next time. So yeah, thanks a lot. Awesome, yeah, that's cool. Thank you, man. See you tomorrow. Cheers. All right. Role badge color would be I don't know, green for starters, and maybe we should also isolate this. Role badge color. We'll get the role as a string. Okay. So we don't actually need to complicate the rendering method here. Badge color user.role. The void is not assignable. Wait, it's not a void. I need to return a string. So that string, let's give it a little switch based on the role. If it's an admin, return, I don't know, red. Else, return purple. Let's play with this and we can see. Let's reload. I don't see it changing though. That's weird. Color scheme. Alright, so not color but color scheme. That's correct. There we go. Much better. Alright, and then we just need to add some editing options here. This is the list item. This is the flex. Okay, let's wrap this flex into a different flex. That flex direction will also be row, but then the justify would be space between. Okay, so the first flex will be on the left side and the second item would be on the far right side, and that would be an icon button. Right? The icon button, which we can say, okay, let's go icon button. Something like this. We need an area label, okay. Let's add the area label, edit, employee details, and then we also need an icon. That icon would be an edit icon of some sorts. Let's just search for the icons. No, that's not it. Icon, use the Chakra UI icons. There must be an edit. There's add. Edit icon. Okay, that's cool. We can say icon equals edit icon. Now that's imported from Chakra UI and we should be happy. With this we'll just toggle the, there we go, and also align center in this case as well. So alright, that's cool. If we do this, we can see responsiveness of it, and then we have the edit button here as well. When we click on this, a model will show up. Here it is in dark mode as well, so it looks super cool. Yeah, what we should also do, guys, is put a little search up top, right? So if there's a lot of employees, I mean, imagine if this app was being used by large companies with thousands of employees, then we definitely want to do some searching. We can scroll through all of the users, right? So we should do a little search here. And since we got the data, that search would be that search would be client side and locally. So that would that could complicate things a little bit. Maybe if there are thousands of users, then we wanna utilize pagination for it. But let's just let's think about that the next time. When time comes, okay? Alright, so when we press on this little icon here, we want to show a model. But since we are running out of time, I guess we can continue on that tomorrow. So yeah, so what do you guys think? Somebody watching, or am I talking with myself? Yeah, guys, if you have any ideas, there's a suggestion box that I placed on my profile. I mean, nobody has seen it, but just saying, if you have any ideas, yeah, you can drop it here, do some suggestions. I don't know, what do you guys like? However, I guess I'll definitely stream tomorrow as well. And if I ever get to create the Discord channel, then I'll definitely, you know, share it with you guys so we can stay in touch 24/7, and also share ideas and stuff. That's a cool idea. Okay, so I gotta run now. I guess I'll talk to you tomorrow, guys. Right? Thanks for visiting. Bye bye. Ciao.